Well. Quick recap here of the game. So we came out, pulled this one out 31-6. We got rolling. Ended up getting a pretty good push offensively from our front line. Was able to get some decent runs in, and then Matt Corral was able to get some good passes off. For some reason, he kept leaving his seams open. I kept thinking he wasn't going to do that, but he did. So let's go through the stats real quick. 12 and 19. That's better. Last week we were like 45%, I think. But we didn't have to throw a lot, which is ideal, right? We don't want to have to throw a lot there. Oh no, 82%. That's not 82%. That's the rating. 82 quarterback ratings. All right, 2 interceptions, 2 tubs. We want to keep that interception to touchdown ratio. We want more touchdowns than interceptions, obviously, but it's going to be a little bit rough playing with him. Barkley was able to get loose, 20 for 70, 71, able to get loose on a couple, but he wasn't able to break any big ones. So his longest run was 11. McCaffrey's longest run was 12. So McCaffrey ended up getting 17 touches, which I think last game I gave him maybe 4 or 5. We just couldn't get it moving last game. So this game was definitely better on the ground, which is good. That took some of the pressure off of Matt Corral. So Matt Corral only had to throw 19 times, 17. So, about 50% back and forth between rushing and throwing. Good distribution. Basically hit the open man. Robbie ended up getting a nice one. 20, nope, that's 28. Longest was 38. So he ended up getting that nice little seam route where he beat the man off the rip. So that was good. No drops, that's good. And then they got some rack as well. Not worried about blocking. All right, defense. So our solo tackles, Ioannidis is leading. So this kind of makes sense, right? Like last game we had a cornerback, or maybe my safety was like number 2 or 3 in tackles, but in this case he ran a pretty good amount, so it makes sense that we're going to have some of the up front guys, some in my front 7, that's going to be leading tackles. Assist, it's kind of like last game too. I had a bunch of assisted tackles, but I wasn't solo on a bunch. But 10 total. All right, so we had 5 for a loss. One of mine was for a loss as well. That's probably my only solo. Sacks, we got 3 actually, which is okay, but we want to try to get more of those. 4 interceptions. So Chin, Dante Jackson, who that one actually was a touchdown. And then Xavier Woods got 1, and then I used 1. And only got 6 yards, but that's all right. Pass deflections. Okay. And we had a fumble. Who calls that? DT. That'll work. Young buck too. 2nd year out of Auburn. And only 1 defensive touchdown. All right, so let's see how much going on in the first quarter here. Yeah, it's only 1 highlight here. I don't even remember this interception. Hold on. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, so he was sitting in this bunch. This whatever this is, nickel. Not them 2 linebackers there. Yeah, that's probably his nickel. So he's probably sitting in this nickel here, and he's bringing some pressure. So I'm like, all right, well, you're bringing pressure. I'm go ahead and try to hit these seams. And you can probably see why I'm mad right here. Look over here to the left. That's where I was trying to go. And on the stream, if you watch it, I was mad at myself for missing that. And you can, I mean, I didn't even highball. There's no like lead on this. Like I kind of just tapped it in a way. I think it was probably touch, so it's probably a little more than a tap. But I was trying to go to this seam right here. I mean, look at that. I mean, he releases him usually right here. I'm throwing this, and I did, but I hit the wrong button. Outside really didn't have anything going out there. And then over here on this side, he had somebody underneath that comeback over there. But just the old man fingers situation is all. So it's pretty tight through one. And then the second quarter, we just opened up and ended up getting 31. So this one, yeah, this was one that I wasn't sure about. I had been hitting McCaffrey leading up to this. The way that he was set up here, I figured he was probably blitzing somebody, and he did. The man off the edge on the left, he ended up blitzing. My tackle picked him up perfectly. I mean, that's really good blocking. You know, I can't be mad at that. On the stream, I was talking about that. If you notice the tight end there, he's open, but in this Madden, running to the left and throwing right or even with you can be a problem. So I would have had to run, like change his course of direction and go, you know, towards the end zone to try to get a square shoulder throw. And I like that because that's real. Like, I mean, you can make this throw. Obviously, Mahomes, Rodgers, those guys can make that throw easy, and some others. But because I was going this way, I hesitated because he's just not very accurate. And I've never thrown on the run with him, you know, other than maybe trying to get out of a sack and just hitting the button. But in this case, this is a full-blown sprint and throw, and he puts this on the money. So good execution there. All right, we got an interception here. Let's see what happened on this one. What was this one? Ah, yeah. I don't know. This may have been a wrong button for him too, because he waited. Yeah, he waited a little while. He had a tight end wide open over here on the flats to the right. Why is that? Nobody took him. Jesus. Oh, because Barkley held my linebacker there. Yeah. We almost got to him on the rush too. So he was running a corner and then just stopped. I guess that may be the route tree that he was running. The other side ran a full-blown corner. So this could be that it was a mistake. He was trying to throw it over the shoulder and his receiver just stopped. That was weird. So that could have been Madden doing him dirty right there. Man, I should have had 3 or 4 of these. He tested me on multiple. But this one, saw the tight end, released him. I knew I had coverage over there, and then just went to the middle of the field to see the next one coming. Had good coverage on the top right up there on the post, and he just ended up testing me, and I ended up being able to get it. So that worked out. You know, if he ends up lobbing this to the right, he probably gets me because I was trying to stop anyway. And he probably would have just threw it outside of me and got the best of me on that one. All right, so this one ran a little bit of a mesh, and he ended up coming free. I could have hit really any one of those meshes. My first read was checking on my hitch route with number 3 up here. So you see he's up there, but he has 2 on him with a linebacker up under. So I could tell early that was gone. After that, I saw the middle linebacker sitting, and I just went ahead and went with a safe throw. He ended up making a good play here, breaking the tackle and getting in. So, yeah, kind of whack that they had that tackle animation on there, to be honest, even though it was fortuitous for me. All right, so let's see. This was another one. I just knew that was mine. So this one they actually showed number 84 was the primary receiver. Momentum had gotten the best of him at this point. And so I knew that that was a corner route. Well, with that being a corner, it being a play action, I also knew that the backside was probably coming across. And so once I got up there and I saw that my guy kind of had him, I peeled off. So I was just trying to bait him a little bit and get him to throw it away from the tight end. Like basically he's thinking double coverage. And then at this point I come off of that. But that backside was just not open. Because he was just right. Dante Jackson was just right up under that. And then it was just a foot race from there. So I actually didn't think he was going to score right there, but he's pretty swift and made it around. I mean, it's only lineman, but still. All right, so this was a nice throw here. This is probably Corral's best throw. I mean, he put that on the money. So this was a flood concept. So we had a zig over here on the outside. He was covered. Like once I saw that he was sitting on him, like he was covered. But so I was watching him and I noticed Robbie got in front of him. And I was like, oh, shoot. I thought he was running cover 2. Like that's how quick Robbie got on top of him. And then it's just quick. Got to my depth and just released it with some directional passing up, and it's perfect. You know, that was absolutely perfect. My primary that I was looking for was actually more on this out route right here, which I probably could have gotten. He probably would have, you know, got some good yards as well because it's DJ Moore versus what looks like a linebacker. But when Robbie flashed like that, it was not even a second question, you know. So in full speed, it's 1-2, boom. A little bit of a hitch there, 1-2 hitch, and then boom. So that was a great throw by. This was right before half, but that was a great throw by Corral. But this one, I actually had a pass call. I figured he may try to bring a bit of a blitz, so I was going to try to shoot 1-2, toss it to the corner or something, and see what happens. And when I got out here and saw that he had this wide open gap, I mean, it's 2 seconds left on the clock. I went ahead and audible and went to the dive. You know, it was a gamble, but, you know, or actually, no, it was 9 seconds left. I figured if I didn't get in, if somebody block shed real quick and got me, which that looping linebacker almost did, then I would just hurry up, and I was out of timeouts. So I'd hurry up and try to spike it and see if I can save a few seconds. So that took us into half, up 31-3. And probably not a ton more videos left, but we come out in the second half. What was the situation? 3rd and 7. Yeah. This is the other interception. This one's on me. So I'm running a mesh, but it's not the same as the one I scored on earlier because I have a corner route, and I should have threw this right here. But I hesitated and I waited, and you can't do that with Corral. And so but my first read was this crossing route right here, and you can see that linebacker or whatever took him. McCaffrey's naked over here. I could have hit McCaffrey and gotten, you know, 7+. So I got to keep that in mind if I run this play again. That's my first time actually running this one. So boom right here. If I throw that, you know, that's an easy pitch and catch. I threw a corner route with him earlier, and he threw it way out of the way. But I mean, if he's running a corner and the guy is in soft coverage like that and you're lobbing it, I mean, that's, even if you throw a bullet right here, I mean, that's still probably an interception. So I pretty much own this one. This one's pretty much on me. I had other options. I still could have went with this mesh and just checked it down. Even to this point right here, he kind of hesitated and sat up. I still could have hit the mesh. And again, I mean, nobody at all is out here on McCaffrey. I thought that linebacker was actually running to McCaffrey, but he wasn't. He was blitzing. Pass blocking actually held up really nicely. I'm actually impressed this game. You can see Big 97 got handled by my center. So that's a user error. That was on me. Shouldn't have done that to start the half. Oh yeah. Just the cover sack. That's all that is. No blitz. Just YGM getting loose, coming across and getting the sack. Nobody was really open here. I mean, I thought it was a run. I actually called that, and I thought he was running with whoever this is on the right, Williams or whatever it says. Yeah, Williams. And so I bit hard there and then immediately came back. So he may have been looking to hit that quick, or he may have been looking to try to hit Saquon on the wheel route. He had the post route though. I mean, I don't know. Mac Jones may not have the power to kind of thread that needle, but if he throws this post route right here, that's probably a completion. Good sack there, good sack, and then we have a few more here. Oops. All right, so this is another one. So he ran him across. I was watching the entire time for this tight end. I didn't even bother with anything else. I wasn't going to care. He threw this late though. So if he throws this right now, boom, that's probably a completion or a contested catch at least. But he threw it late. He also had this crosser. I mean, naked. Nobody there. If he hits him quick, that's what was this, 4th and 13? Yeah, I mean, he probably gets 13 out of that. Because I'm the next person to try to get a tackle. And I'm like, if he hits him right here, I'm running left. He can just kind of skirt there. And, it's a foot race to try to get 13. But, nice pick there. And after that, we just started running the ball. We did get this fumble, which was a little bit weird. I didn't expect that. Big fella, okay. So big fella came in. Boom. And gave it to him. And that knocked it out. And then there was a quarterback kneel. So good play. I mean, good game overall. Happy with the performance, but I still need to work on those mistakes. Total offense 222, 76 rush yards. We got to pick that up. I'm fine if we don't have a bunch of pass yards. 13 first downs, 232 total, 3 turnovers. Oh no, 2 turnovers plus 3. Gotcha. So we won the turnover battle, so that's good. So this was one area that we want to improve on from last week. Last week, I think we were 33% or maybe 50%. I think we were 2 for 4. And I think our opponent was 33%. So we're 50% in the red zone. So this is good. It's an improvement. We got to the red zone. We executed. And we were able to get 3 tubs out of it and a field goal. So that's 24 plus the interception gives us that extra 31. But we dialed it back in the second half and didn't really score at all, really. I mean, it's 31 in the second, and that was it. But, I kind of pulled back once we got that other interception. Want to keep an eye on that just to make sure we don't get comfortable. We got comfortable in the first week and ended up losing. So we got to keep the pedal down and keep going. So that's it.
You spent your whole life trying to blow up,